Hello, warm welcome to anyone joining. Thank you for being here. Go ahead and get yourself ready with a notebook, grab a pencil or pen. Whatever you choose to write with is fine. This is math from the void. Math coming at you pretty much out of nowhere. And today we have a nice quick SAT style problem in percentages. And we're dealing with some recycling. So if you're into that kind of thing, this one's for you. This is a multiple choice problem, and I usually don't provide the answer choices unless I think it's not that practical for you to simply plug the answers in by brute force. So if you try to do that, that's fine, but I think you won't really hack the problem that way. It'll be kind of time consuming. So give yourself the usual about a minute and a half to try to solve this problem. If you can do it without a calculator, you're really in good shape. If you need a calculator for this, you're not in as good shape. So if you really need the calculator, can't do it without a pocket calculator, I mean, fine, but it'd be better if you could write some of these things out. We're training brains here, guys. We're training brains. We're not training our calculators. We're training our brains. So give yourself some time to try it first. Then when you're ready, you can unpause the video, come back, see how we did it here. All right, it's time to get started. So we have a grocery store with two recycling machines. The first recycling machine took in 260 plastic bottles and 190 metal cans. The second one took in 35% more plastic bottles and 20% fewer metal cans. Okay. The second machine recycled what percent more items than the first? So we just want the total percentage of more items. How do we find a percentage more? Basically a percentage increase. In order to find a percent increase, we need to take the amount of change and divide it by the original. And since we're talking about items, we're including the plastic and metal cans together. So what is the change and what is the original? The original is simply going to be 260 plus 190. That's the total amount of items that the first machine recycled. But as far as the change is going to be broken down into two categories. We have change of plastic plus change of metal. So all of that together is going to be added. And the change of plastic is going to be 0.35 of 260. But the change of metal is going to be a negative 0.20 times 190 because the second machine recycled fewer metal cans. Catch that. 20% fewer metal cans. So we're subtracting the amount of cans that the second machine had. And if we calculate this, it's not too bad, right? 260 times 0.35. Well, that's the same thing as 26 times 3.5. So let's just think about it like that. 26 times 3.5. And if you have to do this old school, I mean, I don't personally have to do this old school stuff. I could do it in my head, but if you have to do this old school stuff, that's fine. Yeah, you might have to do it. So this is 91 items that we've added. And then this one's pretty easy. We just multiply by 2, essentially, and we get minus 38 items in terms of the metal. So if we combine these together, we end up with 53 over 450. And now it's time to do a little bit of fun division, right? we can just do it divided by 45 and put a decimal because we know it's going to be there. So we have 1, here goes an 8. Now we get another 1. So you might be tempted. You might be tempted to say it's 11%, but let's follow through because you'll notice that when we subtract 45, we're left with quite a large number, 35. And we bring a 0 down, and this is going to give us a rather high note. Oops, sorry. This is going to give us a 7. It's still going to round up, though. In fact, it seems like it's going to repeat in that sense. So we'll say this is approximately 11.77%, but it needs to round up to the nearest percent of 12. Okay, so the goal is to do this quickly and accurately. If you need a calculator to do it quickly, it's okay, but I want to make sure you can do it by hand and speed yourself up. Checking that you can do it by hand first ensures that you have the accuracy down. Then you can work on the speed by doing repetition. Okay, I think that's enough blab out of me. Just a reminder, don't get trashed. I'll see you guys next time.